Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a video that you have not seen probably before on my channel, but in the spirit of trying to have more lifestyle content on my channel, I decided to go ahead and do this video. The number one question that I get from my apartment tour video that I posted 16 months ago is, how much is your rent? And the second question that I get is, where do you stay? Now, I'm not able to answer that question because I don't know if y'all ever heard of the Craigslist killer or these creepy internet people. So I can't really disclose where I live, but I would be more than happy to tell you how much I am paying to live in the apartment that I live in. If you have not seen the apartment tour video and you have stumbled across this video in some fashion or form, make sure you go ahead and check that out so you can have more of an idea of the property, like my space, before gathering, I guess, an opinion about the cost and so forth. Okay, first things first, before we start, I need to give you context about the geographical location that I'm at, because without it, it's kind of useless. But let's just say from the White House, I live in a 5-mile radius. So if you go north, south, east, west, 5 miles and draw a circle, I live somewhere in that circle. I'm very close to everything happening by the White House, like by the Capitol. Like, I'm very close to everything. So just know that I live like literally very close to the White House. So that should be able to give you some context about the pricing of kind of like this area, and then a little bit expand it out further. You'll probably see some similar prices to what I'm paying. The second thing I need to give you is the specs of my apartment, so that also it makes just sense about how much you get for how much you're paying. I am in a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom apartment, and it does have a den. That is going to be very important because the price that I'm paying will not match a regular 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, because I have an extra half bathroom in a den area. And the only difference between a den and a bedroom is a window. So that backspace area that I use as an office in a filming room for YouTube does not have a window, which kind of hurts, but it is a space that could be used as a bedroom if the person in there doesn't mind. Okay, so I'm pulling up my bill statement from last month, and I'm going to run down first the fixed fees, and I will include the variable fees that come with living in an apartment, just so you can get like a full picture of everything that I'm paying for housing wise. So first, let's start off with rent for a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath with a den. So it's pretty spacious up in here, and it's $2,875, which, y'all, it's a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie. That's some hefty rent paying right there, especially considering that I've lived a long time in the South, and you can literally live in a mansion for that price. But it is what it is. The next fee that I have here is a pet fee. That is definitely something you want to consider if you have a pet. I have a Yorkie. He's over there sleeping. But for each pet, it is $50 per month for pet rent. And from what I'm hearing, that's very on point in this area, if not more. Some places charge $75 upwards to $80 a month for pet rent. But here it is $50 per month. I also pay a parking fee. Another commonality in this area, you will not be able to escape a parking fee, and it is quite expensive, coming in at $175 per month. If you have a car and you think you don't need it here, I would suggest keeping it where it's at, because $175 is pretty hefty. Now, fortunately, me and my boyfriend share a car, so we only have to pay that fee once, $175 per month, because it is per car. It's not just a flat fee for all of your vehicles. It is per car. So if you're bringing a car up here, make sure, because that can make your transportation expenses very high. The next two fees, I have no idea if other apartment complexes are charging this, but I have an air conditioning fee for $25. Don't know what that's for, but they made me aware of it when I signed my lease, so it didn't come out of nowhere, so I knew I was signing up for that. And then I have a trash fee, which I suppose is for cleaning of the trash chutes and for the local government to come and pick up the trash, and that's $10 a month. Now, I forgot to mention that I do live in a apartment that considers themselves to be luxury. I am also near a metro, and it is a multi-use development, so it's residential at the top and it has retail spaces at the bottom. Those components too are important because they add to the cost of living in an apartment, because hello, you can walk downstairs and get food. Hello, you're right next to the train. Hello, you have a gym. We have a rooftop pool. We have tons of sitting spaces and office spaces at the top. Like, you get a lot of stuff. So if your apartment does not come with all that stuff and they're charging you the same price, you might need to reconsider. So next, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about my unbearable expenses, which are the light bill, the water bill, and the internet bill. One caveat to this is that I do live in a LEED certified apartment building, so it is energy efficient. Our water flow is low, and the light bulbs and all of that are like LED energy efficient bulbs. So that does impact my utilities as far as water and light. My last water bill was $16, but that service period was for the month of November, and I did go home 1 week in November for Thanksgiving. So as you would have it, I'm not using the water, the washing machine, and none of that stuff. So that is, I think that's the lowest I've seen it, is $16, and the highest I've seen it is about $28. So I set a budget of $30 just to encompass anything that I feel like could happen. But typically, I will pay for my water bill anywhere around $25 to $27 for water. It's water and sewer. So for those combined, typically no more than $25 to $27 on average per month. And the highest that I have it set that it could go is $30. The next thing would be my electricity bill, which I budget $65 a month for my electricity bills, but on average I typically spend anywhere between $52 and $57 for electricity. Last month it did reach the higher end of my budget, right at $65, because my Christmas tree is not LEED certified and it does not have energy efficient light bulbs on it. So yeah, it was over here getting lit off my electricity, and it ran the bill up about $10 more than I'm used to. But like I said, I set a budget every month for $65. So at least I wasn't over budget. But you can expect, for two people living in a home, it's me and my boyfriend, using the dishwasher. We have a washing machine and dryer, sink, bathtub, and half bathroom. Those are all of our water sources, and we use the lights like normal humans. So that is basically what we pay for water and electricity. Next fee would be Wi-Fi. I have Xfinity, but also in this area, I think Spectrum and Verizon, the Fios internet is offered, which I'm thinking about switching to. I'm not gonna lie, because I heard it's faster for uploading YouTube videos like this. But I have the Xfinity Performance internet, which is not the lowest you can go, but it's nowhere near the highest. I think it's 100, don't get me lying, 100 megabytes Mbps. I'm not sure what that stands for, but I know it's 100 upload, 100 download, and it's called the Performance internet. And for that, I pay, I think it's like $42.99 a month for that. But with the addition of the modem that I'm renting, that adds another $14, and then taxes and fees come all to a total of I think it's $54.98. Now, if you want to cut your expenses down in this area and you're moving out here, you can buy your own modem instead of renting the one that Comcast offers for $14 a month. And that will be something that I will look into later down the line. But that is another way that you can cut those expenses. But like I said, for internet, $55 a month, which I think is pretty decent. I haven't had any troubles with my internet, besides the fact that Comcast likes to hike up their fees every now and then. So you kind of got to look out for that. Since they kind of operate like a monopoly here, they can do that. But I don't think that is like too unreasonable for internet. And now more than ever, I'm using it because I work. I work from home. I upload YouTube videos. My boyfriend is on the gaming system. We stream because we don't have cable, which would be another expense, but we don't partake in those activities of watching cable. We have a Fire Stick and we just purchase things like Hulu and Netflix and kind of keep it moving, keep it low on the expenses. So yeah, that is pretty much all of my expenses as far as like housing expenses. I wanted to clarify that the water bill is included on my bill for rent, but your utility and your Wi-Fi bill at my apartment is separate, so you pay those things on your own. So for example, I don't have an account with the local water company. They just group it all into one bill with my rent and parking and HVAC and pet fee and all of those other fees that they charge. And then I pay my electricity separate and my Wi-Fi separate. So I'll give you some totals to make this a little bit more transparent and easy. So for my fixed living expenses that the apartment charges me just for rent, no utilities, I pay $3,135. That's everything including the garbage, the HVAC, pet fee, parking, and the rent. $3,135. For my utilities, which includes my water and my electricity and the internet, that would be a total of $125. Now, often it's much cheaper than this. I tend to hover around the 100 area because my water and electricity comes in lower, and my internet is mostly the same as long as I don't have any data overages, which I have not yet. So yeah, about $125 per month on utilities. So if you add that $125 to the $3,135 that I spend on my apartment, that equals $3,260 to live here. It is outrageous. I know. I was shocked too when I moved here, but this is where I ended up. That was best for me and my situation. I still am within the recommended percentages that most people will tell you to stay under, which I think is like under 30% for housing expenses. I'm still under that, so I'm all good over here. But this is just to give you like a realistic picture of how much it's gonna cost you to live in this area, because honestly, it don't really get a whole bunch cheaper than this. Like I said, my space is a little bit bigger than your average one bedroom, but it's still gonna be in the 2000s range in this area. But so far, I love my apartment. As you can see, I've signed for another year lease. I really, really love the people here. And this area has actually been pretty decent. So hopefully this video has been extremely helpful to you. If it has, make sure you leave me a thumbs up button and you subscribe to my channel. I typically post makeup related videos, lifestyle vlogs, and such. So yeah, you can just follow me along on my journey, and I will see you guys in the next video.